You can't tell Tupac how to be Tupac. Ba, 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 ba. Suge got Tupac out of jail.
Hear me now. Hear me here. Hear me clear. Get it right. Get it right. You alive. I'm alive. You was dead. I'm alive. I survived.
Hey, you see that over there?
We free. We free. We free.
I think it's a bird. Or it's a plane.
Nope, it's Goofcast! Woo! Goofcast!
Welcome to Goofcast.
Hello.
Your new favorite podcast.
That's right, baby. I am Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think we used that one already.
Yeah, you don't get to choose. Your turn.
I'm Henry.
Henry
Stickmin.
Yeah,
I'm world-renowned criminal. Mastermind.
And Top Hat clan leader and military spy and king of the world and God. I think one of them lets him turn to God. I don't know though.
Bank robber.
Yeah.
Diamond thief. Prison escaper.
Yeah. All those cool things.
That's me. Hi. Welcome to Goofcast, otherwise known as the Snoozecast.
Yeah, anyway. But today...
The Snoozecast memo? You didn't get that one?
No.
I thought I had my assistant send it to you.
We don't have an assistant.
What about Brenda?
We're two dudes in like a room in your house.
What are you talking about? I drive a $50,000 car.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What?
Okay.
What's wrong with you? You okay? You need a minute?
Today I have a really good, perfect, and totally not come up with on the spot thing for you today, right?
It seems like this is the theme.
Yeah, almost, maybe, probably, hopefully, I don't know. But we'll have to see.
Any more ideas on that?
Hypothetically, maybe sure.
Possibly.
I hope so.
Could be.
I don't know. Just thought about it.
Maybe.
No, but I'm sure you've seen like the whole like Snail and like the person thing.
Yeah.
Like
you get $1 million or $10 million and you're immortal, but there's always a snail chasing you.
Yeah. So I was curious, right? What if we added one more element to the mix, right? So the basis of the scenario, as you already know, is that you get $10 million, and you're immortal, but there's a snail that's always chasing you and whatnot, and you have to.
Touches you die.
Yeah, exactly. But I wanted to put a twist on that, as well as the 10 million and the immortality.
Yep.
You get one superpower of your choosing to avoid the snail. However, the caveat to that is that the snail also gets that same exact power.
Oh.
Yeah. So what would you do? Or what superpower would you pick?
Well, before you said that the snail also had the power, I was going to say teleportation.
Right.
Just teleport to Indonesia.
Yeah, but you'd be stuck in like an infinite teleport loop of just like...
Yeah, you teleport and then snail would be right around the corner.
Exactly.
I think... no, not invisibility, because then there'd be an invisible snail chasing me.
Yeah, right? Like, it's a hard thing.
Telekinesis?
That would be, like being able to make shit float. Yeah, like that would be pretty easy because like the snail is still slow.
Yeah, you can just make snail.
But like he throws like a can at you and you're like, run.
Just like make snail float over the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, but you could probably make him float. Or he could probably make himself float is what I mean.
Well, it would be a battle. If I make him float and he also makes him float, who wins?
I don't know.
I think I win. I'm bigger than him. I got a bigger mind.
That is true. I mean, unless you have a tiny brain in there.
Again, you could just put a cup over it.
Yeah, that's the thing that's always been
like a shoe on it or something.
People have been talking about encasing the snail in like silver. That way he's like safe to touch, but you can also like
silver.
Yeah, well, just any kind of metal really. But like if you
like in a forge.
Yeah, like a molten like thing.
It's an immortal snail. So you could just pour molten aluminum on it.
Yeah, and then once he hardens, you can just pick up and carry him around. Like you're
keychain.
you're totally safe. And if, in case you feel like dying one day, you just like
Melting down.
Yeah. Every day he's just whittling away bit by bit at that silver until the one day.
Putting a nice cup over him and then just putting him on a shelf somewhere for
Like-
a fateful day where I'm like, today's the day.
I don't know. I don't think that's worth the risk though, you know? Like the risk of capturing the snail is far more
Snails are
dangerous.
slow.
Well, yeah, but like trying to get something without touching it is kind of like a
No. Snails are slow.
well, yeah, that's why I'd say it's better to just run away from them anyway.
Well, no, I would just like get one of those like extendo hando things and then just
Like the little grappling
like the
hands.
old people grabber.
Mhm.
And just like grab a cup and just
Okay.
Right.
Well, let's kind of play a game here. So
Okay.
on your way to go get the grappling hook, you come back, snail is gone.
Well, I know that the snail is infinitely chasing me.
Right.
So he's not far. So I'll just go into like a big parking lot and just stand around. Because he is constantly in pursuit of me.
He's infinitely in pursuit.
So if I go stand in a big parking lot, eventually I'll be like, oh, there he is.
Oh, hey, nice. That is true. That's a good one. See, a superpower that I thought would be perfect would be like, I think like clairvoyance is what it's called, or like foresight.
Oh, like you just know all.
Yeah. Or-
Omnipotence.
No, not omnipotence, but like you can see like 10 minutes ahead into the future,
Oh,
right?
Foresight.
Yeah, foresight. That way you look and you're like,
Power
oh,
of foresight.
and if that wasn't
Snail
available,
will be around this corner.
exactly. That way it's like,
But then he's also like, he is foreseeing that I am around this
Yeah.
corner. Therefore, I shall not be around this corner.
so it's an infinite like mind battle, but like the snail isn't as
Jimmy
complex.
Neutron, like,
Yeah.
it just keeps going deeper. It's like,
He knows that I know that he'll know that I know that he.
It's like Inception. You need to go deeper.
Either that or not night vision, but like really good sight. That way you can
Yes.
spot the snail, because like the snail always knows where you are regardless, right? So he's just getting really good eyes.
Yeah, I guess you could just put an air tag on him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like the new Apple trackers. Just put him up, put a keychain on him, and it's like, hey man, I'll see you later.
You're my iPhone now.
And then your phone is like beep beep beep. Hey, snail inbound. And you're like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Yeah, it's time for me to leave.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later. This is gonna be snail here in a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Each day I get closer and closer.
Each day, the snail becomes part of me.
Like the first one that I kind of want to think about is super speed, right?
Well,
Obviously,
snail would also be like fast as lightning.
well, yeah, but it'd be really fun to be running down like in Tokyo, like
The snail
yeah,
from, like that snail movie.
yeah, from Turbo, you
Yeah.
turn back and it's like, no, how could this be?
I don't think super speed would be a good idea. Just
No,
having a turbo fast snail catching you, he'll find you in your sleep. You're sleeping. He'll sleep eventually. Snails never sleep.
justice never sleeps. I am justice.
The snail is justice.
It'd be a cool movie though.
It'd be an okay movie.
What, like?
Turbo kind of sucks.
No, not that, but like running away from the snail, the movie.
Yeah, it'd be an okay, like, 2-minute TikTok.
Yeah, but he has to question his mortality and all that cool stuff.
I think if I captured the snail, like, like, I'd, like, make a suicide joke and just, like, have the snail cup. Be like, I could do it right now. I could do it right now.
That's
Pull
terrible.
the snail right now.
God.
You know what I mean?
So you're just going to threaten like death on
Yeah.
people? Like pull out the silver and coated snail like, pow.
You know what that is?
I could do it.
Well, would you tell people you were immortal?
Yeah. I mean, what's it to them? They're going to die eventually.
Yeah, and you won't.
Yeah.
I think after the second, like, long-term relationship that I go through, where it's like I get married or whatever to a person and they go through their full life and I don't age and they die. I think I could only do 2 of those. And
Yeah.
after that, it's like, okay, I can't watch another person I love die and get over it.
That is interesting. Because, like...
Dude, I saw a movie one time. I don't remember anything about it other than that, like, there were these people that were, like, reincarnated, and, like, every time they were destined to find each other, but then when one of them found each other, the girl would die.
Hancock.
Is that movie?
Yeah, Hancock. Or that's a portion of that movie where, like, whenever they get closer to each other, they start to become mortal.
Oh.
Right. So at the end of the movie, spoilers, it's a like 10-year-old movie, so you should know
Will
this.
Smith in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like at the end of the movie, he's like fighting bad guys, and he's been around her for so long, he gets like shot, and he's like, oh God, and he has to, he jumps and like tries to get away from her. Yeah, and he does, and it's great.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've seen bits. I guess I've seen it.
Hancock's like my favorite movie, dude.
It's a good movie.
It's
from
great.
Back in the day. I had a PS3 theme from Hancock.
Whoa.
You know, like the background and everything.
That's
with
awesome.
The sounds.
I love that.
Each little like ding 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 was a gunshot. So it was like,
Whoa.
you know, in the XMB.
Mm-hmm. Man. But yeah, like the snail
XMB
thing.
is gaudy.
I'm curious, what makes the snail thing like so interesting?
I don't know. It's been around for a really long time. I don't know why the internet or TikTok specifically is just now figuring out. It came from Achievement Hunter.
Really?
Yeah, you know the slow-mo guy, Gavin?
Mm-hmm.
He's on this thing, Rooster Teeth Achievement Hunter. You know about that?
Heard of it.
And there was like this really old animated short they did where they were playing a game, and they used to do this thing where they do $1 million but. So the $1 million but you have a snail chasing you for eternity.
Right.
$1 million but you have no arms and no legs.
Mm.
And it's like, would you take the $1 million for that?
No.
They have a whole game, like a board game about it, or like not a board game, like a card game.
Oh, well, that's kind of fun.
Yeah. So there's this really old short where Gavin says like to this guy, I think it's to this guy Ray or somebody, and he's like, "Hey, would you take $1 million or $10 million? But there's a snail chasing you for eternity, and if he finds you, you die. If he touches you, you die."
Honestly,
I think I'd just go to the moon.
the moon seems like a pretty good place, but like,
If I have a board, I'll just go to the moon.
why not just? But you'd be like infinitely suffocating. I feel like. I think that might fuck
still
you.
experience pain.
Well, you can still feel.
Well,
So-
like Deadpool doesn't. If we're going by Deadpool immortality.
Oh well, he get like sliced in half and all that.
Yeah, and he feels hurt, but he doesn't like. It only lasts for a second. He's just like, ah, oh.
But it's infinite for you because you are infinitely suffocating.
I don't think you would breathe at that point, because like you couldn't die from not breathing.
That is true,
You
but
just exist.
but your body still needs oxygen
But
to.
your body also is immortal. There's no answer to this, by the way, because no
It's
one
just
is
fun.
immortal.
Yeah, it's just
I
fun to
think I'd
do.
go to the moon or like Mars. Just be a space guy.
I think we're going too deep. Like, let's just go across like the Atlantic Ocean. Do you know how hard it is for a snail to not only get to the beach, but also get across the entire Atlantic Ocean? Like, it's getting knocked around.
So what, we just start like in like Florida and like, hey, snail, we're just gonna go to Europe.
Yeah, like go to Britain for like 10 years.
Britain.
Yeah.
Pork chop.
Yeah, go to Britain for like 10 years and then go back to the US.
Have you seen all the British people slander on TikTok?
No.
People like making fun of British people.
That's not very nice. What the British
They're
ever do
like,
to
"Pig
you?
Pork. Pork chop.
That's not. Aw, leave the British
Isn't it?
people alone.
Like, shit, it's cold out today, isn't it? And it's like 74 degrees outside. No, have you seen that? It was like United Kingdom marathon runners fainting from the heat, and it's like 72 degrees outside.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, it's like, what a bunch of lames. Like, it's fucking routinely 100 degrees here.
Yeah, we're routinely like Arizona,
Yeah.
but like also, it's 70 degrees is like our average. It's like, oh, it's an okay day.
70 degrees is like, man, it's nice out.
Oh wow.
I wear some shorts.
I can skip into the meadows or something.
And go on a nice drive with my windows down and not die of a heat stroke.
Yeah, right. It would be perfect. Now I'm trying to think of like What about instead of a superpower? What about one weapon or one item that you
don't
can
fight the snail.
No, but you still need
the snail's in constant pursuit. I don't know, like a do-over button.
do
Thing.
a full reset.
Yeah, like you just like it resets to last like 15 minutes or something. Yeah,
The snail has you cornered and
yeah, you're just like, oh my bad, and it just puts you to a little bit before you got cornered by the snail, so you don't go in the spooky warehouse or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Wait, here's an interesting thing. What about like, does the snail have like hyper intelligence, or is he a mindless?
He's a normal snail. He just knows his geolocation of you at all times.
Huh.
Normal snail.
It would not be very hard. Like
Outsmart a snail.
Yeah. Like, okay, now I'm kind of curious.
Oh gosh.
What is the rate of a snail?
What's the miles per hour?
Yeah.
All right, you do that. I'll take it down.
What? Whatever.
Yeah, just let me know when you find the snail speed.
Fast forward. Okay, so the garden snail is 0.03 miles per hour.
Is that the slowest of the slow of the snail population, or is that an average snail?
I want to say that's the average.
That's not fast.
No, not at all. So
if we do some math here,
let's calculate it from like my house to your house, right? So that's like
say it's like 20 miles.
20 miles. So calculator. I'm one hand in this bitch like a monster. Oh, okay. Are you just going to take it from me?
Let me do it.
It's right there.
I got two hands.
Okay.
Okay, so 0.03 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm. Cuts to a completely different screen. What is that?
It's an ad times 20. So it would take 0.6. Is that how you do it?
Oh, hold on.
No, I think you divide 20 divided by 0.03. It would take 666 hours.
So
for a snail to reach.
Divide that by 24.
It's 27 days.
Okay.
So if the snail started here and we just went to your house,
it would take 27.
It would take almost a month for the snail to reach you.
Huh. So, okay, now let's find out.
Is the snail capable of space travel?
Let's say yes for the sake of like.
How would it get there? Would it find a rocket and just ride it up?
It rides on the spaceship that you get on.
No. If it's not there, if I go to Cambodia from here and that's like I don't know, 1,200 miles.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take the snail 1,200 miles time to get.
Okay, hold on, wait. How many miles across is the Atlantic Ocean? That didn't spell that right at all, but whatever. More than 3,000 miles.
Right, so do 3,000 divided by 0.03.
3,000 divided by 0.03. Bam.
That's 10,000 or 100,000
Hours divided by 24. It would take
you 4,000 days to cross the Atlantic Ocean.
And then divide that by 365. So it would take 11 years for it to cross the Atlantic. That's not a lot of time.
No, that is a lot of time. You could live. Well, I guess
if you're immortal, yeah, like come on, that's not a lot of time.
Live in Europe for 10 years before the snail has reached you.
Yeah, and that's not accounting the difficulty of being underwater.
That's not counting the snail difficulty.
Yeah,
crawling across the bottom of the ocean.
Exactly.
I don't think it would make it.
I don't think it.
It'd have to go to like a trench.
It would take at least like 2 times this. So I'm gonna multiply it by 2, and I'd say
22 years. Because the snail would not travel across the surface of the ocean.
Not perfectly. Like
it would definitely be under the ocean.
It would definitely have a lot of setbacks.
The snail's only yay big.
Yeah. Not only that, but it's getting eaten by things, and then like
the snail is immortal though.
Well,
not be consumed. It can be swallowed.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It
would
can be
have a lot of
swallowed.
trouble getting through the ocean.
Yeah, so it would take like 22 years.
But its pursuit would never end.
No.
It would always pursue you.
But like, you wouldn't even have to wait 22 years to like go back to America. All you'd have to do.
You could wait like 15 and then go the other way, and it's like shit. It's like halfway, 75% way has to turn around.
You wait like 10 more years than you need to be just to be a dick.
You go 21 years, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna turn around, and it's like 98% of the way through the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's to turn around.
There's also though a caveat of it being like picked up by a bird or something, and like taking you
like
significantly
bird
further. Yeah, exactly. So.
I don't think birds cross the ocean that much though.
That's interesting. But like, well, yeah, they wouldn't just be out in the Atlantic.
Somewhere to land.
Eventually they do get tired, so that does make sense. But I'm thinking like 5 years in England, just, you know, and then
Just go to Germany or whatever. Like you can just go on a world tour.
that is true.
And it's not like you'll die of starvation. You can just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to pay rent.
Travel the world
Break into
for
people's houses.
yeah, travel the world for like 10
Goofcast
years.
unethical life tip. Whoosh, break into people's houses.
It works great. There's tons of free stuff.
Be a squatter.
Yeah, just, you know, sleep
Break
up.
into a beach house with your green-haired girlfriend.
Nice. That's a
You'll
reference to a
definitely
movie.
remember her the next morning.
That's a reference to a movie. If you can put it down in the comments below, I'll give you $30.
No, we won't give anyone $30. We have made
didn't-
$0.00.
I didn't say we. I said I.
Okay. You're gonna
Okay.
Venmo some random person.
That is correct. If they get that reference, and it can't be a person I know. So
yeah,
yeah.
it can't be this guy,
This man right
that
here.
guy, or this girl,
Nope.
this guy.
I don't have that many people that know what this movie is.
I'm just talking about the people who have been on Goofcast. I was just gonna.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
Yeah. Any of these folks.
You're not allowed. You're fired.
You can't. No, they're not fired. I'm hoping they'll be repeat guests. Oh, by the way, my other brother wants to be on Goofcast.
I'm down. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking we could do another 4-man Goof with both of them.
All the brothers.
Yeah. And
Oh.
then the 6'5" black man.
I'm gonna feel hella out of
I
place.
don't know what we talk about, but I'm sure we'd figure something out.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I don't mind just.
Hey,
chilling.
don't buy.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to exit out of
Don't
this.
buy calculator premium on my iPad. Speaking of that, the iPads don't come factory with a calculator app. Why?
Why did that? That sucks. Like, that's like the one thing I need all the time is a
You know how many,
calculator.
calculators are used for, or how many iPads are used for school? They fleet out iPads for school. Schools buy them in bulk.
Oh, that is. Yeah, they do
If you
that.
buy like many of them, then they're cheaper.
No. Well, yeah, that's just with everything. If you buy them in bulk, they're like, shoot, dude, just.
Yeah, if you're buying 30 iPads, I guess we could give it to you for this much.
Yeah, you're getting 30. You're giving me $30,000. So I guess I could give you like a.
Yeah.
I guess I give you a grand off.
$200 off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, did I tell you T-Mobile's doing that crazy deal right now? Where if you trade in your old phone, you get 800 bones to your new one.
Whoa.
Like, how are they profiting from this?
Well, I mean, it could be a higher end phone and they're looking to downsize, or it can.
But like,
Phones are expensive,
I'm
dude.
giving you my iPhone XR.
Yeah, but it's still
Pictured here. It's like
with a broken screen.
Yeah, like a thrashed iPhone XR.
Yeah. There's a hole in it.
Yeah, it's got drilled through. You see, like the fidget spinner iPhone 7. I
No.
drilled a hole in an iPhone 7 back in the fidget spinner craze and put a ball bearing in it.
Oh, the fidget spinner age.
Oh, have you seen the guys that like invested their life savings into fidget spinners to try to sell them, and then
It didn't work out.
they had like 40,000 fidget spinners and no one would buy them?
Oh, it was such a fad. Wasn't it?
I couldn't afford when I was a freshman in high school. I made one myself.
What'd you make it out of?
Wood.
Just custom, like.
Yeah.
It doesn't even spin right. You have to put it over your finger.
No, I had a skateboard bearing.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this was the real thing. I got a piece of wood, like this square, like this big,
Mm-hmm.
and a bearing, like from a skateboard. and I had a drill bit that was half an inch, which is happens to be the exact diameter of the bearing.
Right.
So I drilled a hole, and then I traced a circle, and I cut it out, and then I like filed it like little hoops to put more bearings on the outside, and I hot glued them all in place, and it spun. And I was like, I'm so proud of this.
Nice.
Handmade fidget spinner.
Oh, you're a crafty little guy, aren't
I was
you?
in like 8th grade.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It lasted for a while. I think I still got it around here somewhere, but it's probably buried in a drawer.
Ooh.
We'd have to go spelunking for it. I feel like doing that right now.
Ooh, that's good. You do tend to like just build shit.
Yeah, man.
Okay. I got a good one.
Oh.
All right. So let's say this, right? You have a solid week. I'll say a week.
Yep.
And you are completely isolated inside your house, right? You have to build a weapon in order to battle someone outside the house the end of that week.
Right.
Meaning that they have also had a week inside their house to build something from their components in their house.
Yeah, I understand.
What would you build?
A wooden sword.
A wooden sword?
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have any sharp.
But that's all I got in my house.
But like,
I don't have the materials to. Well, I do have somewhere in here. I have a machete I made. Not like a real machete. It's like a, like one of those, like a barbed wire fence has like those metal posts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back in the day, my brothers went into like these woods that used to be behind my dad's old dealership.
Right.
And they found some big stakes, and they took some home.
Ooh.
And then they all moved out, so now I have all of them.
Yes.
So I got one
Yes.
that has like a duct tape handle, and then like it's a stake that's bent up. And I feel like if I spent like that entire week just sharpening this metal stake, that it would be quite a formidable weapon.
Well, you could probably like meld them all together and like make a spear out of it.
I don't have a forge.
Well, man, you could heat it up over the stove.
I don't think you understand how hot things have to be to melt together. I'm not a
Well, no, not melt them together, but just
That's what you said.
not melt together. Just melt it enough or heat it up enough to where it can bend. Make it bendable.
Why? And like just tie them together with
Well,
metal
yeah.
bend?
I mean, like at worst, you could hot glue it. It wouldn't work
That's
very
5
well.
seconds. I think having a machete or two machetes, handmade machetes, would be quite a formidable weapon.
2 machetes would be pretty nice. Or you could just get like some like taping stuff together and get something really heavy, right? And just start throwing it like.
I've got like dumbbell weights I could throw at them.
Yeah, like if you could find a way to like cut them up.
I think
you
I'd do
could
that, and then I've got that air-powered Nerf gun. I think I'd bet it all on the first bullet. If I shoot them right square in the head, they'll like Goliath, and they'll fall.
Oh, okay. So you're going full Bible route.
Yeah, so I'd get
Pray to Jesus and pull
Biblical.
the trigger.
right here, or in anywhere on their face, really.
Pray to God
Pray to God for this
pull
bullet.
the trigger.
Bet Jesus on the 9. But I think I would open with that.
4th in the chamber.
3 days of that. I think that would be the opener, as I'd open with one high-powered Nerf gun dart. But I'd make a BB dart, where like you cut it and you put a BB in the end and hot glue it.
Right.
I'd shoot one of those somewhere at their face. High chance I'd take their eye out. Boom, advantage.
Yeah.
Slice their throat with my handmade machete.
I mean, you do get them. You can get them pretty easily that way.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that'd be the dub. I think that's how I'd win, probably.
I don't know.
I've got a lot of tools and shit in my house.
Yeah,
I could
exactly.
craft a lot of items.
Yeah, right? You could do it pretty easily.
Yeah. One time I was going to make a go-kart.
What? That's awesome.
We had this old lawnmower that like was self-propelled. So I was going to, it had like a lever that you pulled and it would spin the front wheels. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I was going to take off like the part you hold on to, and like spin it and flip it and make it into pedals.
Oh wow!
And then I was gonna make it seats and like I would have the only what stopped me was I was gonna have to like fabricate a steering system, and I didn't know how to do that. I was like 15, and I don't know how to weld.
Yeah, that makes
I think
sense.
welding is my next.
You should learn how to weld.
Learn.
Yeah, that's a
learning
good
how
thing.
to weld would be fire. But
Yeah,
I'd have to buy a welder.
that is true.
And like welding gas, you know, it uses like xenon gas or something crazy.
I had no
It
idea.
uses one of the
No.
noble gases. I think it's xenon actually. I don't know why. I don't know how welding works. Well, I know how welding works, but I don't know like.
It's probably just because it
Why?
needs a lot of heat, and that xenon gas will probably get it to you.
Well, I think the xenon like burns a special way or something.
Okay.
How it works. I don't know.
Not gonna lie, I just freaking get a bunch of spoons out of my closet and take a nap.
Yeah, it sounds like something you do.
Well, it's like, what else? I can't build anything
I
very.
think me and you as a team would be unstoppable.
Yeah.
If we were both in this house. And I was like, I'll forge weapons.
Right.
And then you would be
And I'll
my
battle.
warrior. I think I could make that old computer into a big ass like war hammer.
That would be dope.
It would be really hard and really heavy, but it would be like.
And we'd probably have to. What we'd have to do is we'd have to pull some of the components out and just replace them with like sandbag weight.
Or I
Right.
could just make a cinder block hammer.
That would also. Yeah, we could both have one of those.
The house,
Yeah.
Just like a Mjolnir, but it's just a cinder block.
Okay, real quick. That is probably the most useless weapon I've ever seen in my life.
Did you see the clip where Thor hangs it up on a coat rack? It's funny.
The coat rack is worthy.
Yeah. And, I don't know how the coat rack supported. You know, Mjolnir has a neutron star in it.
Yeah.
So
I shouldn't, but
if Thor were to hypothetically drop Mjolnir from about an inch, the world would end. Because a neutron star weighs like 1,000,000 tons or something. Like it's like the heaviest object that can exist in the world, in the universe. So if he were to drop it, everyone on the planet would die.
Shit, dude, that's rough.
Yeah, if he dropped it on your toe, phew, you'd never see your toe.
You're
again.
gone.
And the world would also end.
That is true. I mean, hey, just it's
I don't know
gone.
how he puts it on tables and shit without it sinking to the center of the earth.
Oh, plot, I guess.
Yeah.
But also, it
Play
always
Bass
changes.
Boosted Marvel theme now.
Copyright. Copyright. Don't hurt us.
Marvel, please.
I'm begging you. Goofcast.
Goofcast. Yo, you ever watch Japanese baseball?
I have not.
Dude,
No.
apparently it's fire. I saw a clip and they're like they do like really cocky like home run celebrations, like guys like da and like